Hari Om. Welcome back to Storytime with Gitanjali and wishing all of you a very happy festive season, and may this Diwali bring lots of cheer and joy to all of you. Today we will hear the story of the great Vaman avatar of Lord Vishnu. As you know, last time we discussed the story of Prahlad, and Prahlad's grandson was the king of Asuras, King Bali. King Bali was the son of Virochana, and he was very mighty and powerful. But he had been defeated very often by Indra, the king of the Devas, and so he asked his guru, who was Shukracharya, please tell me a way to get a lot of power and be the king of the three worlds. Now, Shukracharya, his guru, gave him the advice that he needs to perform the Vishwajit sacrifice. Vishwajit means the conqueror of the three worlds or the entire universe. And so it happened that as King Bali performed this great sacrifice or yagna, from the fire a golden chariot, some quiver full of arrows, a golden bow, some horses, and such celestial weapons came out. And gathering all of them, King Bali set out and he conquered all the worlds. He reached Amravati or Swargalok, the kingdom of Indra, and defeated him very easily. And so all the Devas had to run and seek shelter elsewhere. Not only this, King Bali also decided to conquer the earth, the netherworlds, and soon established himself as Triloki or Chakravarti. Now, Indra was very upset, and so was Aditi, the mother of Indra. She felt so bad at seeing her son vanquished, and she was lost in sorrow and waiting for her husband sage Kashyap to return from his meditation. Meanwhile, as thanksgiving, King Bali decided to perform 100 Ashwamedha yagnas or horse sacrifices. And as he kept performing sacrifice after sacrifice, Aditi waited for Kashyap to return. When Kashyap came back and came to know that Aditi was so sad at the loss of Indra, he suggested to Aditi that pray to Lord Vishnu. Any sincere devotee will always be favored by the Lord. And so, with great devotion, as Aditi prayed, Lord Vishnu appeared before her and promised her that he would come as her son, and she had to only be patient. He would come and be born and then redeem Indra. Soon, as the time passed, Lord Vishnu came as a small dwarf man. He was born as the great Vamana, and all the Devas and the Rishis came to celebrate his arrival. He grew in form, but the height remained the same, and his Brahmacharya ashram initiation took place when the sacred thread was formally given unto him. All the Devas and the Rishis who had assembled there gave gifts of Japamala, the holy cloth, the begging bowl, robes and the such. And his first Bhiksha was also given by none other than Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva. Now everybody knew that King Bali would soon meet his match. And so Vamana, taking the blessings of his parents Aditi and Kashyap, set out to meet King Bali. King Bali was performing one of his Ashwamedha yagnas on the banks of the river Narmada. There were so many Brahmins and great priests who had assembled there. And as they kept making offerings into the sacrificial fire, suddenly they were blinded by a bright light. They wondered if Lord Surya himself had come there. But who was this? It was a short dwarf Brahmin, and his tejas was so bright that this was sufficient to blind all those who had gathered there. King Bali immediately rose up from his seat and prostrated before this small cute Brahmin boy, because he was after all a guest. And then, offering him a seat, King Bali washed his feet with water and then asked him, "What can I offer you, O holy Brahmin? Land, gold, houses, cows, horses, name it and you shall have it." Vamana smiled and said, "All I need is enough land to cover 3 paces of mine." King Bali laughed. He said, "You are a mere lad. You do not know what you are asking. Ask for an island, I shall give it to you. Ask for a huge palatial mansion and you shall have it. Please ask for something more." And Vamana replied. He smiled. He said, "For one who is greedy, an entire continent also will not be enough. But all I need are 3 paces of land." And so King Bali agreed. He was very impressed by this Brahmin boy. He made him sit, and his wife Vindhyavali brought a pitcher of water to make the oblations. But Shukracharya, the guru of the Asuras, he realized that something was amiss. He came and whispered in King Bali's ear, "This is none other than Lord Vishnu. It is a ploy. Soon he will grow and cover the earth and the heavens with his 2 feet. And then how will you offer him the 3rd pace of land?" But King Bali said, "No, a promise is a promise." Shukracharya said, "A promise can be broken if it means the end of your clan. To save yourself, breaking a promise is also dharma." But King Bali did not agree, and he said, "I will not go back on my word, be it given to the Lord of Lords or to my worst enemy." Hearing this, Shukracharya got angry and cursed King Bali that you will lose all your wealth and splendor because you have disregarded your guru. But King Bali was not perturbed. He just washed the feet of Vamana and then said, "Please measure and take what you wish." But suddenly, to the astonishment of all those who had gathered there, Vamana started increasing in size. He grew and grew and grew, and then started taking the measure. With his first step, he covered the entire earth. With the second step, he covered the entire heavens. And his form touched the skies. His arms went and spread in all the 4 directions. In the heavens, Brahmaji was so happy to see the foot of Lord Vishnu that he washed the feet, and the waters became the holy waters of the river Ganga. Soon, Vamana asked Bali, "O King Bali, will you break your promise? Where shall I keep my 3rd step? Where? Oh, where? The earth, the heavens have been covered. If you break your promise, you go to hell." But King Bali, he had recognized the Lord of Lords, and he knew that a promise had to be kept. And so he bowed with full devotion in front of the great Vamana and told him that, "O Lord, if it pleases you, please place your 3rd step on my head. I offer myself to you. My pride and power, everything has been vanquished by you. And I know you have come because I had become very proud of my power. You have shown me the right path. I am happy that you have taken everything away from me. Oh Lord, please place your foot on my head and bless me." The great Vamana was very impressed with King Bali and said, "You have indeed proved that you are the grandson of my devotee, the great Prahalada. You have kept your word and you have followed the path of dharma. For this I will bless you. Go down. I will push you down to Sutala, where the comforts are even more than that of Swargaloka. So you can reign there and be a king forever and ever. You will be one of the 7 immortals or the Chiranjeevis." Now King Bali was so happy at being blessed by the Lord that all he asked was that he remain a devotee forever and ever. But Vamana, being pleased, also gave him a boon that he would come up once a year, every year, and that day is celebrated as Bali Pratipada, the 4th day of Diwali. On this day, it is believed that Mahabali comes back to earth and enjoys as a king of this realm. Such a great devotee is indeed very rare. At having lost everything, yet he felt that he had gained, because to gain the feet of the Lord is the ultimate goal. The Devatas and the Rishis and Aditi and Kashyap were very happy because the Lord had not only kept his word but had also shown how he always safeguards the interests of his devotee. For the Lord also assured Bali that he himself would come to Sutala and be his gatekeeper or Dwarapala. What greater glory than to have the Lord always by your side. With this blessing, the great Vamana avatar proved once again that devotion in the hearts always wins the Lord. So, if you enjoyed today's story, do share it with your friends and let us keep hearing more and more stories of the Lord and his devotees. Until we meet again, Hari Om.